Hello, welcome to Microsoft Flight Simulator 2020. This is leg 6 of the Bush Trips. Sorry for the gap delay between the two. I did get some new rudders. I was hoping to get a new yoke, but I only got one, and been messing around trying to get a better setup to try and work properly. Now putting out at 1920 by 1080 instead of the widescreen with the black banners down either side, so hopefully it'll be alright. Hopefully I haven't messed up the sound. Hopefully the sound is not too bad. I'm going to get this started, and then there's a couple other things I want to go through. So let's zoom in. Let's get our flight director up, if that's going to work. There he is, flight director's up. We need to altitude, don't want 10,000 feet. Let's come down to about 3,000 feet. That will do. We need heading bug of, is it 224? Yeah, 224 is our first one. Actually, what's our final destination? What's our final heading? Our final heading to where we're going is 16. So let's go to that one. Let's put heading in for that one. That'll be ready for when we're on our final leg. Like that. Right, okay. So let's come back out. Let's get going on this leg. As you can see on the right, there's the map where Sierra Charlie Delta Whiskey, and we're going to Sierra Charlie Charlie Indigo. So we're going to take off. We are heading we're facing north, so we've got to come off, take a left, follow it round, and then follow follow it all up. Actually, we're not going. We're going to Sierra Charlie Indigo Delta, not this one. We're going to this one on the island. So let's just zoom that down a little bit. So that's our route there, over the top of this one, and then we'll land on that one. So let's get going. Have we got any flaps? One lot of flaps, and let's go. Excuse me. Let's, clean up with the rudder. There we go, and we're up. And we want to put autopilot on, which should be that one. And then we want to go nav, so that should get us nav. That. There we go, and then we should be coming round to pick up our flight director. We're going to be going up to 3,000 feet at 500 feet per second, or per minute. Feet per minute, isn't it? Yeah. So first things first, it'll pick up our route, and then we'll start heading this way. Hopefully. We should start turning anytime. There we go. Right. So with that going, we will get rid of that, which you probably couldn't see much because I was in the way. I'm going to leave this up because the only reason why it's been a bit of a gap between this and leg 5. If I remember rightly, I did put leg 5 up. If I haven't, this is not going to make any sense whatsoever, because I'm going to put leg 5 up first. Anyway, other than that, I've downloaded a couple of mods that have like planes and air and airports and stuff like that. Ones that are free ones that are on you have to do yourself that are not in the market. I was going to do a bit of a fly around and show those so you can see those and put links to them to the site they're on. But there's a couple of add-on mods that I've been using, and one has been I think it's FE Economy. 2 seconds. FS, sorry. FS Economy, that's what it is. It's alright, you can't see me, but I will pop back in a minute. FS Economy is the one, and basically you can start flying with passengers or cargo, and you rent the plane until you've got enough money to buy your own, but you rent the plane and you get your passengers or your cargo and you fly the plane from one airfield to the other, and when you land, you pay your fees, you pay your rental, you pay your ground crew, you pay for your fuel and all the bits and pieces, and all that comes out of the money for the job. And then once you've got enough money, you can actually either buy your own planes, or you can buy your own. You can get your own airport, or not your own airport. You can buy or get a hangar in an airport, so that you can start your own business, and you can run multiple airplanes, or you can have more airplanes, and then you can rent airplanes out. So you're not renting, you're renting. But with your airplanes, if you're home base, you can set a bonus, and it's either a positive bonus or a negative bonus. There's a negative bonus if it's flying away from its home location, and a positive if you're flying it towards. So there's that as well. So there's incentive if you hire or rent a plane and you take it away from its home, is to try and get a return flight so you can take the plane back and negate the bonus that you've had to pay, or the negative bonus because you've taken it away, and you can get a positive bonus. So there's that, and which is not too bad. I've been doing it for I've done a couple of days doing, so I don't know, half a dozen jobs, maybe half a dozen to 10. I made about $30,000 taking out of it. So that's renting. But you need quite a bit. It's like $150,000 purely just for buying a standard Cessna. The other one I've been using is one called, 2 seconds so I can get the name right, Little Nav Map. Now what I'll do is I'll show you a little nav map, because you can see up here the map in the left corner, which is the one we use, and the white line is showing you the map. But if I go to this one, and if I've got this right, 2 seconds, yep, right, this is little nav map. So I put in our departing airport and our arrival airport, and it's put in a flight, but that's my plane because we're connected live. So it's shown you your minimum flight height for your flight. Sorry, you can't see me, but hopefully you can hear me. But the red line here is your minimum height you can fly, and this is ground level, so it's sea level, because you're going over water, and most of it's over all there. But you see the land is the high bits. So you've got your takeoff, then you land. So I'm going to 3,000 feet. So that's roughly probably whereabouts where I am now. I'm roughly at about 3,000 feet, which I am. I'm just checking on there. So now this will fly straight, and then you come back down. So, but what it does, it tracks you. So there's the airport we've taken off, and this is shown because I'm flying the route that it's booked in on that. So this is be flying, but this is done. I just put a waypoint here, so it sort of follows the general, or it will go direct. Now you could put in loads of waypoints all here to follow it. or you can add loads of other things, but this gives you the whole world and everywhere you go. So this is where we're doing this one, is down here. So this is no one, it's free, it's really good. I will put a link to this, and I will put a link to FS Economy. Most people that have been doing let's go back to that one so you can see that. Most people that have been doing flight sims, I would say, will already be using one or both of these, or they may have used these before and moved on to everything. But if you're new to flight sim, as I am, I did have X-Plane 11, or not X-Plane 11, I had X-Plane. It was X-Plane, it might have been X-Plane 11, don't know. And I never really got on with it. I didn't use it because it really sort of I didn't have the controllers, and now I've got the. I'm going to take my ribs down a bit because I think I'm a bit over the top. I was quite surprised there that it hadn't. Oh, that doesn't help. I still have my flaps. Surprised the plane wasn't shouting at me. Anyway, so most people have either used the FS Economy before, because there's a lot of others now. There's two other ones that are out, but you have to pay for those. One of them's subscription, and one of them, I think they're both subscription, but one of them is monthly and one of them's yearly or something like that. And I think one's Neo Fly, and I can't remember what the other one was. This is another reason why I want to get a proper throttle, because my throttle on my X56, it slowly creeps forward. The adjuster to stop it from moving and making it stiffer doesn't seem to be working so well. It's stiff, but it doesn't seem to stop it. So that's why you can hear the silly noises, me trying to stiffen it up. But the NavMap one, I think, is brilliant, because you can actually make flights in Microsoft Flight Sim, save it and import it into that, and then follow it on there. Or you can make one on that, save that and import it into there, and you can follow it on there. And the NavMap has got, I think it's got more waypoints or more points that you can put in on the flight, where Microsoft Flight Sim doesn't seem to have them all. It seems to have a couple missing as this sort of thing. But between the two of them, it's really good, because you can, I don't know, I've seen them used. It's very hard to explain, but I just find you can make a how can I put it? A flight plan. That's what I'm trying. My words and my brain just isn't working. You make a flight plan in your flight sim, save it, import it into the map system, check it on there and see if there's missed any waypoints. Plus, then you can add your approach and your stuff like that for landing and that sort of thing. So there's lots of stuff. So that's what I've been playing around with. Still don't know it, as you can tell. Still don't know it as well as I need to, and I will learn more as I go along. And once I'm a little bit more proficient with it, I might do a little map. I might do a little map. Do a video on it. Other than that, yeah, that's why there's a bit of a gap between this one and the last one. Still can't get. I keep trying the leg 10 on the Yosemite. Still can't get that. I've restarted that from the beginning, and leg 10 restarted it, landed where it should be, and it's still not registering. Don't know. I don't know whether I need to restart them completely from the beginning, or whether I can wipe my progress off on those and start again. I did put in a thing to the programmers, and I haven't received anything back. I might have to check that out and see what else I can do. So I don't know, but yeah. So other than that, that's what's been going on. yeah, so I'm going to try and get this one finished, and then we'll go on and do the other bush trips. There is some bush trip scenarios you can download. I found on a website. I'll have to link that website. I can't remember what the website's called now, but it's a website I got some of the mods from, like Gatwick Airport and stuff like that. Gatwick Airport, I got a mod for it to be a better, a bit more like it should be, done by a modder, which is in a working progress. It's in a process as well, but he's done a couple, and he's adding more and more as it goes on. Yeah, so I'm yeah, hopefully we'll get back to this, and we'll get a few more of these knocked out, because there's not been a lot up on the YouTube on my channel for a while, with what's going on. 1 minute I think I'm back to work as normal, so I'll get myself all geared up for that, and I'm not getting there, and then I'm not, and I'm off, and I'm like, all right, I'll get myself sorted out, and we'll knock out some more videos, and then it all goes awry, and I end up getting called in, and it all changes, and they don't know what's going on, and now I don't know. I really don't know what's happening. Very inconsistent. So I'm probably going to look at sorting something out. Try and sort something out, get something a bit more consistent, a bit more, so I know what's going on. But at the moment, and not just me, I think it's everybody in the world at the moment. Everybody's life is a bit unusual. Nobody's doing their normal sort of thing, and unless you're in a business or you've got a job where your job was as is, helping people and stuff like that, or your medical and stuff like that, things that have not changed. You actually probably needed more, where my job it wasn't. I worked for a company that supplied stuff for other businesses. We were a hire company for specialist equipment for different bits and pieces. So yeah, a lot of our business has died off because a lot of it can't get going. So we are sort of struggling. So could be, I don't know, get Christmas out of the way, and then I could find I've not got a job. So I'll be looking to find something else, either that, or I've got to try and see if I can make this full time or go something. I don't know. There's different bits and pieces. So anyway, that's enough of my boring life and why I haven't been doing it. And people are probably thinking, well, we don't care. But yeah, hopefully everybody who's watching this, you're all good, you're all well, you're not struggling at all, or hopefully you're not struggling too much. But yeah, we will carry on. We'll get this one done. We are now, I'm just checking on my nav map. We're about here somewhere. If I zoom in a bit, didn't want it that wide, but there you go. I'm just trying to look. That comes out there. Yeah, we're about here. So it's going to take a little while. This one's a little bit longer than, or is it about the same length as the last one? I'm not too sure, but yeah. I don't know whether I'll keep all of this in, or whether I'll just turn around and we'll cut a bit of this out, and might just skip from here to a little bit nearer. So I will leave you to enjoy the flight. Right, sorry, I didn't realise my camera. I can't turn my camera off. You've just probably watched me sitting there just blatantly doing nothing, talking to nobody, doing something on another monitor while I was trying to work out. Now I realised the camera was still on, even though I'd thought I turned it off. But there you go. We are, let's just give you an update of where we are at the moment. Let's have a quick look on here. We are about here at the moment. Just looked on the other map on my, I keep forgetting what it's actually called. Little nav map, can't remember that. Little nav map. Really handy tool, as in it shows you a lot more waypoints, as in I can't remember what they're called. I'm definitely going to do a video on it and show you a few bits and pieces. Well, actually, you search YouTube, there are loads of there's quite a few. This has been updated so it works with Microsoft 2020. It didn't work with it. It worked with X-Plane and all the other ones, but now it works with Microsoft 2020. That's how come I found it, because somebody used it on X-Plane, updated and showed that you could use it on Microsoft 2020, which I found very helpful for doing routes and stuff like that. I probably suppose you could use it with FS Economy as well, because FS Economy basically that gives you you can find jobs at certain you have to search for jobs at certain airports by planes. You put in a plane you want, and then you search. So you choose a plane you're looking at renting, and you say you want it for rent for contracts, and then you choose an airport you want to pull out from, and hopefully there'll be a plane that you can rent that'll be at that airport, taking some to where you want to be. And you really want to fill the plane up, so like if you're running like a Cessna like 152 or 172, you want 3 passengers minimum, because they're 4, and so it's 3 plus you. So when you take 3, there's no seats available because you're in one as well, because there's actually only 4 seats total. But then when you go up to things like the Caravan, the 208, you can take more. I think there's something like 13 passengers. We've used 14 because it doesn't count the co-pilot, so it takes you that you're flying it on your own. So anyway, it's that will give you your airport, and then you can get a good idea of what your flight route would be from there to wherever they want to go, so you can put them into a little nav map and show you. But you could do them on the flight sim as well. You could be doing them there and then put it on a flight sim, because with that you normally fly direct, because if you fly too many more miles than what that reckons, because it doesn't direct, it won't pay. It takes it as a legal journey, because you've gone too many miles over, or if you've gone not enough miles. But you got to watch out fuel and all that sort of stuff. There's a lot more you got to be aware of, which is quite fun. I enjoyed that. As you can see in the up front, that will be Sierra Charlie Indigo, and then R1 should be just on this island behind here. So we're getting there. We're not far off. We're still at 3,000 feet. We need to be looking at start to descend. I wouldn't say yet. Let's have a quick look on little nav map. I'll show you that one. So let's go that one there. As you can see on the little nav map, you see the plane in the bottom screen. You see the plane. We've gone past where the descent would start, but we haven't intersected where the descent would be. So we've got a little bit of time now before we need to start descending. But if we was up at 7,000 feet, where they've put the threshold there, because it's settings from one of the last ones I did on that, I'd already be descending now. But you can see on the map as well, I'm just going over the top of the town. I can't read it from here because it's on the other map to the side, but the other town there. And then we're going to be flying up, literally probably over the top of that airfield, and then onto the one we're going to be landing at. So literally we're probably going to just fly directly up the coast and then in. So I think when we get to that airfield, I'm probably going to start my descent down to 1,000 feet. From there, and we'll do a descent at about, I don't know, 400. Hopefully we shouldn't be too far off. I might actually start a little bit before then, but I'll keep an eye on when I intersect with the top of descent, or the descent line from that top of descent. So yeah, and I could set it at 1,000 to come down. So yeah, we're it's if it depends on how far you want to get into it and how much more. I'm still on GA planes. I have looked at jets and commercials like your 747s and 787s and the was it 320 Neo. I've looked at them. I can't land them because I'm still learning the GA planes. I need to learn the GA planes to be able to take off and land with those with a bit more proficiency. Before I go to the big planes, I did try one of the smaller, what I call jet plane, but still didn't do brilliantly with it. I landed it, but it wasn't as nice as you would hope. But I've turned up the ground texture slightly and the wind. I might turn up the clouds a bit more. It's still not completely, but I'm still quite a good frame rate, so I probably could go up a bit more with the clouds. But I like the ground textures, are quite nice. The water still looks good. I do get a bit of a stutter now and then, as you just seen there, but yeah. And I'm running, was it 2060? Just a standard 2060 card with an i7, but it's not a fast i7. It's quite one of the older i7s. I think I'm about 7300, something like that. Don't know. I haven't really, I didn't really pay attention. I got it more set up for when I was doing Farm Simulator and just iRacing. So. Hopefully my green screen is working reasonably well. I did have it set up, now took it down again and then set it back up again because it just makes it a little bit nicer. I can pop up and sit there and you can look at my ugly face and see who's waffling on about nothing. Right, so we're just about to intercept the descent. So our airfield is on here somewhere. So let's go down to here. I'm going to bring this down to just a little bit too much there. Down to 1,000 vertical speed. 4. There we go, and then we need to pull back on the throttle because I don't want to overspeed too much. Let's take it down to a 2300 RPM. That should be, that's about right, and then we're about 100 odd. That'll do. Yeah, so there's Sierra Charlie Charlie Indigo there, and then R1 should be just on here. I don't know which way the runways are. I'm just going to have a look at a little nav map, see which way the runways are on that. Right, we should, if we're carrying on this route, The runway runs from left to right across, so we should be coming just about onto the end of the runway, which would be nice, which means we can sort of come off autopilot, we can come off to the left slightly and then bring round and land hopefully quite nicely. So we'll wait and see. And let's have a quick look. Yeah, so there's over there. That looks like a generic airfield. A couple of big planes down there. Small one there. Don't see very many. Oh, look, there's all the GAs over there by the looks of it. A couple of GAs sitting there. Oh, and down there. Nothing waiting to take off or land by the looks of it. Right. They've done a lot better with the sound where it moves when you come around on it. I'm really sort of impressed with that. I quite like that. So, we're not far off. Our runway is just on this little island. And that'll be leg 6 done. Hopefully we can land without too many problems. Then we can look at going straight onto leg 7. Well, I will go straight onto leg 7. You'll see it probably in a different video. But, and then I might look at doing something with little nav map and maybe FS economy. I might show you how I'm getting on with FS economy, and we'll schedule a flight and that sort of thing. And then we choose it in the sim itself. So let's get this one down safe first before we jump too much into it. Because the next one, wow, the next one's a right old wonky one, isn't it? But the only good thing about it is that we've got autopilot. Makes this a lot easier than the Yosemite. I'm really sort of annoyed about the Yosemite ones because there was no autopilot and it was all visual fly. This one with the autopilot, I suppose I could not use the autopilot, but why would you not use it if you've got it? You wouldn't go in a plane and go, oh, I'm not going to use the autopilot when I've got an autopilot there. Of course you would. I've got bearings and you can set all those in, and yeah, so anyway, we're getting down to 1,000 feet, so I might, once we've got to 1,000 feet, I might look at bearing, I don't know, I think we should be able to leave it till, might even come down a little bit more. I might sit at 1,000 and see what happens from there. Right, let's come to 1,000 feet and it's going to level off. Bring that down to 2,300 again. Right, as you see where we are now, but on the other map it shows we've just left over off the land. You know, we're just a little bit, well, we have just left from the end of the land. So when we get to the island, I'm going to take over and I'm going to sort of start banking to the left to come around and then fly also, because I think the runway is about here. I want to be coming up here, so I think I'm going to, autopilot is that one, so I should be able to go like that. There we go. Got one flaps on. there's the runway there. You just see it there in front of me. So I need to sort of come round, pull back on the power. Still sort of thinking about track IR, you know. So 2 lots of flaps. Yep. Right, 2 lots of flaps. There we go. Coming in nice. Really does sort of give you a little bit more idea of where you are. I suppose with this, you're not. It's not what the reason is of it, but. Right. Lift the nose slightly. Cut all the power. Lift the nose. Brakes on. A little bit of rudder. There we go. We're done. Leg complete. Lovely. 43 minutes. Ain't too bad. It said half an hour, but that's good. Right, let's click next. So the next leg is right, so SCID to SCNT. So I could actually put that in to a little nav map, and that would I'd be able to get a route from that and let me know where I am. But we did all right there. We did all right. Take off landing, so it's not showing any landings there, but I'm not really worried about that. So yeah, that is leg 5 done. Next one's leg 6, which is this one here, and I think this is the runway we'll be landing at. This is the one, Tenete Giulio Gallardo, but that's where we're going from where we are at the moment, which I'm not even going to try and remember. It was, I can't remember where it was. But anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed that. Like I say, I'll put links to Little Nav Map and FS Economy below. I will put a link to the mod site I've been getting my airports and that from. I really need to. Actually, I probably would do. What I'll do is I'll do a little one showing a couple of the mods I've done. I'll do flyovers and show you them, and I'll link it in that one. So I'll make a separate video of that. But yeah, this one I'll put the links into FS Economy, which I can then put in and do I'll do an FS Economy one as well, and a little nav map, and we'll have a little bit of a better look at that on another video as well. So there's a couple of videos there. I'll give myself a couple of ideas there, but I'm going to put the links in this to below if you want to have a look prior, as I've just shown you a little nav map. It does come in handy if you want it as a help, as a flight tool, planning your routes and that sort of thing. So till next time, thank you for watching, happy flying, and we'll see you in the next one. Keep it in the sky. See you later. Goodbye.